Good evening, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Eventually, I launched it and it kind of half launched, so I had to restart it. And I thought you guys are going to disappear, but it looks like you're all here. So everyone, shout if you can hear me. Okay. Hopefully, it's all working as it should now. Let's have a look who we've got in. We're doing a bit of TSW5, you might have gathered from the thing that you can see on your screen. And the thumbnail, that kind of gives it away. Animal was first, look at that. Just run the Hoover around and plump up the cushions before everyone arrives, yeah. Boybans, good evening, how are you? Who else have we got in? Transport Fan 69, good evening. Train Views, of course, how you doing? Sophie. David Drives, good evening. Raging Potato. And Jason has just come in. Evening croaky. I am still a little bit croaky. This is like a week and a half now, and I'm still the same. But anyway, it's fine. Let's have a run on the 31, shall we? Because there was a bit of a mixed reaction to the 31 when somebody asked me last week. Somebody asked me, what's your favourite train in the game? And it's a difficult one, but one of them was the Class 31. So we're gonna run that. Raging Potato, thank you very much for becoming a member. I do appreciate that. That's because people were talking about members in the chat. That's prodded you to do it, but no, I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. You're most welcome, Potato. Support of the channel for quite a long time now. Yeah, shall we get into it? 156 Andrew, good evening. Right, I've picked one out already, so we're going on the Tees Valley line, of course, and we'll pick the 31. And we want the 1400 we'll do. So we'll go all the way from Saltburn down to Darlington with this one, and what I'm going to do is make it summer. We'll do it August, shall we? Let's jump in. We got 3 members. Have we got 3 in now? GG's to Potato though for becoming a member. Do appreciate that. All that support is excellent. Thank you. Right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shut that, then nobody goes in. I'm going to go and set the destination board on the back of the 101 if I can get through these 80s throwbacks right here, because we've no destination board with no tail lights on, and now they're all going to move me out of the way. Shift. Right, let's do this first. We'll have the destination light on. Put that on red. Put that on red. We will set this to Darlington. There we go. And I think what I'll also do, even though it's daytime, I'll put the lights on in the 101. Because you never know with dynamic weather on Tees Valley what's going to happen. That's better. It could go dark on us all of a sudden, although look at it, it's quite nice. We would expect it not to. We are driving 31152 tonight. You gotta love the weathering on this though. Look at this. I think this was the first one we got where I really thought, wow, look at it. It's like almost like real rust along the bottom. I remember being impressed with that. I do like these older ones. Right, let's get in. We'll get everything sorted out. Nope, don't want to do that. What I actually want to do is put the windows down on this side. We will do the safety systems. Hang on. My mouse is playing up again. Give me 1 second to do that. That's better. That should work now. And this side as well. If I can just get the controller on there. There we go. Just cancel that. Now the other thing is, and some of you may have forgot this, but you can adjust the seat, and I find the seating position, I'll just show you, I find the seating position as standard quite high. I find it quite high up, so you're looking down like this at the instruments. So what I do in the 31, I just whack that all the way down, and that's much better. Let's get the lights on at the front, and then we got the instrument lights up here. Master key into forwards, and we are good to go. I don't know why these guys are waiting. Why don't they just get on the train? Seems a bit odd. Right, brakes off. Let's get going. Marsk is the first stop for us today, and we'll give it some thrash and some clag and all the rest of it. But we do have a 15 coming out of a Saltburn. Lovely day to go to the seaside. Doesn't look like these guys have been at the seaside. They've all got briefcases, but we'll catch up with the chat. Yeah, thanks for that, Potato. I do appreciate it. 31 is a nice loco, one of the top DLC locos in terms of gameplay mechanics, in your opinion. I do quite like it, yeah. Some people struggle with the brakes. I think Farrow was saying last week that he struggles with the brakes a little bit, so we'll take a look at that as we go. I know what he means, but I think you've just to play it a little bit to get used to it. Roadmap stream this week, indeed. That's tomorrow night. Everybody tune in to Dovetail for the roadmap stream. I'm hoping, I don't know what's on it by the way, but I'm hoping, you know, we've got a few dates for things on there, especially, you know, my favourite West Coast Main Line, Overshot. I hope we've got something for that, or at least a date for some new content, the first of the new content we're going to get. I don't know what that's going to be. I don't know what's going to be first. We do have this Class 47 pack, don't we? The Isambard Brunel Class 47 for the East Coast Main Line. That's coming up sometime. That'll be fun. Quite looking forward to that one. Wish the 31 was in livery designer. Me too. How are you? I will eat you. You sneaked in there at the back. Ultimate Gaming 1.5. How are you? Sim by the mile. Welcome in. How are you? Class 31 is great. Are you pulling some 101 as coaches? Yes. So, as I understand it, the 101s that were running up and down here were not... They were either not cost effective or they were badly maintained, and so they decided to use them as coaches and bring in the 31s. Excuse me. Bring in the 31s just to pull them like coaches. I believe that's where that comes from. Right, let's get back in the cab and we'll come up to speed, shall we? Robin Fry, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the team. How you doing? Such a relaxing route, this Tees Valley. I've always thought that. Hi Laserjet, how are you? Have I thought of streaming TF2 with the recent mod browser ready? I still haven't. I think you mentioned that last time, Laserjet. I've still not been back on it yet. I've got it on the PS5, but I've still not been back on it yet. Shame they never updated the passenger service with the 31 to use actual coaches. Yeah. Did they actually use real coaches, or was it just with the 101? I'm not entirely sure, you know. Right, so we'll test these brakes out. In by the mile, just having a pint. Nice, nice. I don't blame you at all. Grand views, you've got a model 31 401. Very good. Right, this is Marsk. There is every chance with the 31 that we will get an overshoot, and some of these platforms are not very long, as you can see. So let's make sure we get plenty of brake in. We've not got a long train though, so at least that's one thing. There you go, I've overshot the marker, but it's fine as long as we stop in the platform. Let's get the doors open. I'll reduce the brake to first application, just so that we can get a quick getaway. Yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow's stream, especially West Coast Mainline overshot. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Just already some news and some new content. I think we all know that there's a few things coming because they've mentioned it before. Just going into winter. Be nice to look forward to a couple of new releases, so hopefully, fingers crossed. Waiting for everybody to get on board. There we go. Right, Redcar East. I'm never sure if it's Redcar or Redcar. I've heard people pronouncing it both ways, so I don't know if it's Redcar or Redcar. But wherever it is, that's where we're going next. Oh, you didn't realise it was a thing. You thought it was just a game thing. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, I remember the original release article. I think for the 31 it explained it, but I've not seen that article for quite a long time. You got a banana milkshake, does that count? My journey, my life, how are you? Does the conductor mode have a shelf life, in your opinion? Is that what you mean? By shelf life, do you mean it's only people are going to play it for so long? Do you mean? I think it's. I've been jumping in and out of the conductor mode. I think it's pretty good, to be honest. Just for a change. New subscriber from New York City, Stefano. How are you? Welcome in. Nice to see you. Thanks for being a channel subscriber. Do appreciate it. Are we going to get an Oxenome? We may well get an Oxenome in the 31. There's an Oxenome brewing. Good evening, Dave. How are you doing? There's always a chance of an Oxenome, especially when we got ropey brakes. It's a good looking thing, isn't it? Right, I'm going to put the first step of brake in right now. I'm going to play it safe. Yeah, you're right, you just need to think ahead. There's a danger, you see. Here is the brake dial. You can see how much brake you're actually applying. Yeah, and sometimes it's dead easy to think you're not going to stop in time and actually apply too much brake, and then it takes a long time to take the brake off, so you can end up being stuck. See, we're not, I've got it in the first step of brake and we're not slowing down that fast. But if you start to learn the dial there and know just how much you're putting in and how fast it will stop you, it becomes slightly easier. Catch up with the chat once we get into this station. Let's put a bit more in. Here comes the Oxenome. I don't think we're going to be too bad, actually. We're fine, we're fine. But you see what I mean? When I applied the brake, it suddenly did the job for us. Right, let's get the doors unlocked. Just put the brakes back into first application. Mikey B, how are you? Nice to see you. Drew Gaffer, how are you doing? Any idea if there's ever gonna are they ever gonna add the HIMAC and the warship? They've not mentioned it. I know what you mean though. Be good if they did. Robin says, I love Tees Valley Line. Used to go train spotting at Saltburn and see 156s, 158s and 185s. Nice. Yeah, there is a 185 in Train Sim Classic. I haven't picked it up yet, but I keep meaning to get that because it appears in lots of the scenarios. You know, player created scenarios. So I should really pick that up. Right, Redcar Central. Actually, you'll know that, Robin, if you used to train spot at Saltburn. Is it Redcar or is it Redcar? I'm not really sure. Get an Oxenome counter, yeah. Good evening, Ratty. You've slightly changed your title there, have you, Ratty? On your username. Pop some info on the Cardiff route. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, Redcar, Dave. Thank you. I've heard people say it both ways, and I wasn't quite sure. I had a feeling it was Redcar, and I should really pay attention. You can see how long that it takes for the needle to come down on the brakes. Oh, Redcar. Mikey says Redcar. I'll keep on calling it both. I'm bound to get it right half the time in that way. Ratty's looking forward to Cardiff. Yeah, obviously my hype is for that West Coast main line, but you know these others are closely behind. I am really interested in that Cardiff one. I mean, because we're going into Wales as well, you know. Wales is well covered in Train Sim Classic. across various routes, and you know, you could argue if you play Tracing Classic, there's some of the better routes. I quite enjoy running up and down there. Cardiff features in there as well, of course. The passengers are getting a bit in each other's way. There's some great haircuts. Look at this. It's like almost they just thought everybody in the 80s had a big haircut. I mean, look at this one. I don't know what is going on there. Right. Should be able to get the doors locked. There we go. Red cart, British Steel, 1.8 miles. Mullets galore, yeah. The mullet's actually coming back, isn't it? I keep seeing all these footballers with the mullet. I don't know actually, Potato, what time period the Cardiff one's set in. It looks quite good, Ratty, actually, there, with the old inverted commas. What's my favourite train operating company? I've never really thought about it, to be honest. Robin, what about you? I travel on Northern and Avanti quite a bit. The mullet was horrible the first time. Don't quite get the reboot. A lot of people who had the said mullet the first time around might not have enough hair now to recreate it, unless they're wearing a syrup. And nylon shell suits, yeah, of course. Transpennine Express, Robin. Yeah, nice. He wants to look like a footballer anyway. We wouldn't mind the money, but as for looking like him, yeah, I can agree with you there. Now this is a short platform. That wasn't too bad. How's that? Who said the 31's got dodgy brakes? Some of these stations, though, they're right out of the way, aren't they? Look at this. I assume this one was specifically for the workers at the British Steel plant, though, rather than there's a lot of sort of general people catching the train here. I don't see. There's a housing estate over there, but I assume it was mainly for the workers. So you may not need to find yourself stood on this very remote, exposed platform if you're a resident. I didn't rock the mullet. No, I didn't rock the mullet. I had very curly hair. I could have done the mullet if my mum would have let me. Mine was more like the Leo Sayer. If you don't know who Leo Sayer is, go and look that up. If you're of a certain age, you'll know. Syrup, yeah, I've watched Only Fools and Horses. I know what a syrup is. What a classic pudding basin. Good evening, Farah. Good on you, Tintin. Get the crap trains out of the way early. We were just talking about you. Yeah, we're trying to master the brakes. We're just giving it a go and see. Whoops. Wrong button. Don't put the. That's me talking about brakes. I meant to accelerate, not put the brakes on. Yeah, we're trying to see if we can do it without any oxynomes or anything like that. Would love the 156 and 158 Northern. It must look like Harpo marks. Yeah, it was a bit like that, yeah. Yeah, Dave had a short back and sides. I tell you what, we cover some topics, don't we, in these live streams? Let's be fair. And that has all come about by looking at the passengers on the Tees Valley. Oh dear. Stephen, good evening. First time catching one of the live streams. You're welcome. Thanks for coming in. I know we've been chatting in the comments last couple of days, so yeah, you're more than welcome. There's a 101 under its own steam coming back the other way. A bad workman blames his tools, yeah, absolutely. The little flat bit outside the driver's window. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a piece of metal. Not really sure. It blows warm air on the window, does it? It could. I guess it could do. I guess it could do. This is a nice area of this route. I quite like this this bit, with all the chimneys going and whatnot. Proud Yorkshireman, how are you? Class 31 always has the brakes set to goods, set to passengers, a lot more responsive. Oh, is it? I didn't realise that. I must admit I do tend to go for the default. I think Northern Transpennine you've got to keep swapping between vacuum brakes, don't you, and air brakes for certain certain consists that you're driving. But I tend to have left the 31. I must admit, that could be it then, Farah. That could be the thing to do. This is South Bank. Few more mullets getting off there. I've never noticed that BR sign on that side. The other side of the station. Everybody's enjoying the bouncy seats. Mullet Sim World. On to Middlesbrough. Yeah, there's it's up there. I believe. Is it that one? No, that's the compressor. Oh, it's there. Sorry, it's there. It says vacuum passenger. It is at the moment, according to that. And I haven't changed that. Yeah, I can see your comments. I will eat you. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's up there, over the other side of that. Oh no, it's there. Sorry, brake selector. That's it. The brake selector. Can you see? You can just switch it, but it is set to passenger actually for this. But yeah, Northern Transpennine, you switch it about a lot if you've got the heavy freight pack. Or you should do. This is a family channel. Can't go asking Tintin to show us his switches. The people were talking about members before. Steady on. PSW should definitely have an APT. Yeah, I've said that before. Yeah, I'm well up for that if they decide to do the APT. That an APT in this game, I think, is a license to print money. I think a lot of people would go for that. Right, I've got a 35 coming up. Don't mention cookies. Don't mention cookies. That leads to other biscuit-related chat. We've got 43 people in though. Thanks very much everybody for coming in. Appreciate it as always. Do give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. See if we can get down to this 35, followed by a 25 just before Middlesbrough. There's Elliot. Sorry, I didn't mention you, Elliot, before. I did see you in the chat. Apologies. How are you? Go on, animal. Oh, dear me. He's a card. I did, Dave. Yeah, that was actually really interesting, that. I had this vision in my mind of it just being like this, still. Yeah, put it on the Discord, Dave. In the Train Sim World category. Then everybody can have a look at the updated Tees Valley. It was quite interesting, that. This is Middlesbrough. Good evening, Sam. How are you doing? The weather's terrible outside your bedroom window. It was a bit rough here yesterday. It's actually not too bad at the moment, but yeah, it was pretty wet last night. Plus 483. How will you yet? 31's a race, yeah, I would agree with that, yeah. Actually, so far the stops haven't been so bad, have they, really, if I do say so myself. I'm trying to concentrate, you know, I'll give you that. Especially as Farah threw down the gauntlet about the 31 last week. And we're off to Thornaby. So we may see some 37s and some 08s. And no doubt a few 101s parked up as we drive past. You're watching the stream on your phone and your TV. Good evening, Coffee Guy. How are you? From Leicester. We got a good mix of geographies tonight, including New York and Leicester and Warrington and Wales and Leeds. They're just the ones that I know of. And it started raining in true dynamic weather fashion. There you go. And it is a bit of rain as well. Right, the wipers are down here, aren't they? Use the window blades. That's because I'm on the PC. Looks like I've not driven it before. Well, you probably knew that anyway by the way I'm driving it, but I have driven it before. Just a little bit. Posted it in the Discord, right? Thanks, Dave. Yeah. The chances of an Oxenome have dropped massively. Not in this rain. We might slide straight through at Thornaby. You don't know. Actually, it's a longer platform at Thornaby, so I think we're all right. Hopefully. Leisure from Devon, of course. Yeah, Devon. Yeah. Night Sleeper on BBC. No, I haven't seen that. We've got Hull, Felixstowe, and some block from Preston. Yeah. Yeah. Need to get Hull Station added. Yeah, Hull Station. So when I went to watch North End play against Hull, I've been a few times actually. The railway station is right next to where there's a shopping centre right next door, isn't there, to the station? Is it St Stephen's? Something makes me think it's called St Stephen's. There's a multi-storey car park in there, so when I go to the football against Hull, I always park in there right next to the station. So yeah, I've seen the station. You can see in, can't you, from the side, so you can see the trains coming in and out. So yeah, Hull would be a decent place to put in. Have I watched anime? No, I haven't watched any anime. Elliot's from Devon. Coffee, you've got this train. Excellent. If you've not, give it a go. Definitely give it a go. Here's watching baseball. Train views East Anglia. Nice. Nice. Beverley, just north of Hull. Yeah, St Stephen's is the shopping centre. That's what I thought. Yeah, yeah. Ratty's dad was from East Hull. Let's have a look what we've got actually over here. See a 37 over there, which has come in with the coal wagons. We've got a 101 coming towards us. We've got 37s parked outside the sheds. Those are the cement tankers and the limestone wagons over there. So we'll get ready for Thornaby, shall we? And we don't slide all the way through it. Good evening, Bartman. How are you? No, don't worry, mate. You don't have to be on time. As long as you watch it at some point, that's all I ask. This is the one you really want remastered. They'll do all of them, won't they? Eventually. I hope. This one though has got a certain character about it. What would they remaster? They'd do the they wouldn't change any scenery, would they? They'd do the lighting and the clouds and the skies, all that kind of thing. Scenery wise, it's got its own kind of character, hasn't it, this one? Especially when you watch that video that Dave's posted in the Discord of what it looks like now. You get quite an appreciation of the way that this route has been captured in TSW. This is Thornaby. Everyone's got the brollies up now. When this route first came out, we talked about passengers last week, didn't we? But when this route first came out, if you're on console, there's just, and again, there was hardly any passengers. And then they updated all the passenger levels and whatnot, and it actually looked, you know, a little bit lived in for a change, which was quite nice. Oh, you're from Lambeth, up Lambeth way. Representing Coventry as well, Stacey. Yeah, where is she? She's getting a bit lax these days. I was late. It came up and said, "Sorry, your chat is not available." As soon as I launched the live stream, and I thought, if I stop the live stream now, will it kick everybody out? Anyway, it didn't. It obviously just got itself in a bit of a tiz, so we were all right. It's coming down, that rain now. Let's get the doors locked. Off to Eagles Cliff. Yeah, the train crew was unavailable, namely me. This is the best track sounds in the game. I'm going to agree with you on that, especially if you're driving the 101, actually. The clickety-click is quite soothing, isn't it, as you're driving the 101. It helps you get in a rhythm with the gears in the 101. Silly as that sounds, you can actually settle in and quite enjoy it. But with the Great Western Express remaster, we get a mixed rate, green and blue coaches and power cars with the 43. Yeah, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? .323 in West Midlands livery on the Euston route. Lambeth North. Boy, Lambeth, I can't do the walk. Grew up in Essex. No, I wasn't napping. No, it just wouldn't. I clicked the button and it usually just works, and it didn't. I don't know what was up with it. Anyway, a quick restart and we were alright. Coffee Guy says, a few years ago, looking for something new to play, found TSW2. Thought, oh, probably be boring. How wrong you were. Relaxingly addictive. It does have that. I know when I got the first one, which was 2018, the very first one, I kind of thought, oh, I'll have a go at this. I'd not seen it. I'd just read you could drive trains, and I thought it might just be a bit of a gimmick. There'll just be like one track, and you could just go up and down, and you know, it was the first train sim that I actually played, and yeah, like you, I got into it. And I started playing the Great Western Express, and I thought, you know, it's actually pretty good, this. And then we got West Somerset, and all the videos started coming out showing West Somerset, which was the next one we got after the main release in the September. In those days, PC players used to get the new routes weeks before consoles for some reason. They must have been in the early days when they were trying to work out how they would port it to console. But you could see PC players playing West Somerset for ages, and I was like, oh, I've got to get on that 47. And then it came to console in the September, and well, I was hooked before that anyway. But I think West Somerset, even though it's a slow route, actually captured pretty much what I like now about TSW. We'd gone from Great Western Express, where we could actually get up to speed in the HST, and then we went to West Somerset, and then we were back at high speed again, and yeah. I think we've all got a similar story, albeit we've probably all started with different TSWs, I think. I remember at first on PlayStation thinking, is there such a thing as a season pass? Because you know what games are like on console. You'll normally get a season pass and you'll get all the DLCs as part of it. I quickly realised that this was going to be like a game that kept releasing DLCs, and it wasn't just going to be like a 12-month set of DLC and that was it. So yeah, but I did. I thought there's going to be a season pass. I expected to shell out once, and that was it. Why am I going so slow? Mind you, Eagles Cliff is around the corner. Let's take the wipers off. So let's. Is that where they sit normally? If I park it now, will it? No, I don't want it there. That'll do. I'll keep it up there. I can't remember for the life of me. Oh yeah, that one's up there, look. That's where it does sit. So that's fine. Right, let's make a very late stop into Eagles Cliff, but I think we're okay. Anyone played Train Sim World in VR with the mod? It's a game changer. No, I haven't. I've played the upcoming Train Sim World VR, the actual VR game. I had a quick go at that while I was down at Dovetail. But I haven't played this in VR. Eagles Cliff. Should stop before the light, really. There we go. That'll do us. Let's just reset that. And I can see a collectible, which is this dodgy light. There we go. Come on everyone, hurry up. Yeah, there's the, if you want to switch the brakes, if you want to look at it in detail, you can switch them around. We should sort the light issue. Yeah, it's still there, isn't it? You can see the, if I go up here, you can see the lights coming through, bleeding through the top of the 101. That's what you're talking about, isn't it? That is a shame. Right, Allen's West is our next stop. Just over half a mile. Dave, you started on 2018 TSW on disc. Yeah, me too. Me too. On PS4. West Somerset is for Sundays and bank holidays. Chill. Oh, you've got the Rail Driver, Coffee Guy. How is that? I've seen people playing with the Rail Driver. Are they still quite difficult to get hold of? Good evening, Peter. How you doing? You started with the old school Microsoft Train Sim. That's a while back, isn't it now? I will. You're going to paint the 1972 stock in London Overground. Yeah, it can get expensive. Yeah, it can. It's a hobby though, isn't it? You know, depends how many hobbies you've got, I suppose, as well. If you get the enjoyment out of it, then you'll probably get your value. You're in the ambassador video in TSW. I was. I didn't realise I nearly monopolised half the video by the end of it. Between me and Jason, I think we took up half the thing. I don't think anybody else wanted to speak. It was either that or they couldn't get a word in edgeways. Potato, you ummed and ahed about getting TSW and eventually picked up TSW 2 on sale about 4 to 6 weeks before 3 came out. After watching a few of my videos and I've never looked back. Nice. Thank you for that, Potato. That's what I like about it, you see, because you know, we all like different routes and different locals, etc. And it's good having a YouTube channel because we can all, you know, come in and discuss it, and on the Discord as well, of course. So it's very much, even though there's no multiplayer, it's very much a community game, isn't it? It has that feel about it. Let me just get back down to ground level. There we go. And it will dread to think about all this DLC and TS Classic. Yeah, yeah. Who's Alan West? Wasn't he Batman? He was Adam West, weren't he? Yeah, Raildriver. Yeah, it doesn't work on consoles. Correct. Yeah. Oh, Fred West did patios. Oh God, I knew there'd be a Fred West one coming up anytime. You're trimming the hair and beard. Is that prison speak for something else? Oh. Steven says, hadn't realised TSC was continually updated, so you got TSC 2024 plus some very average DLC. In fact, I might do a couple more TSC streams in amongst these TSW ones as well. I want to run a few more of the Armstrong Powerhouse DLCs that I've got. So I think we'll mix it up a bit and put a couple of those in over the next couple of weeks. Yeah, Train Sim Driver. He does use the Raildriver quite a bit, doesn't he? I really only know about it from him. Actually, I was talking to him about it. I know he does a lot of testing as well with the Raildriver on behalf of the PC people. I think the Raildriver is very niche, isn't it? About 90 to 95% of the TSW DLC, mostly bought in the sales. If you're ever feeling bad, if you're ever feeling bad about how much you've spent and you've bought it all in sales, just add up what it would have cost if you'd have bought it every time on release day, like Dave does. If Dave's still there, Dave always buys it on release day. But if you put the two totals together, you'll actually think, oh, I've saved a few quid. Your beard gets any longer, you can earn extra cash at Crimbo Santa. £220 for the rail driver. Yeah, see, that's when you're taking the hobby really, really seriously. That's a cut above that. Got your second-hand animal. Yeah. Agreed, Ratty. Absolutely agree. It's a 31 on the freight with the cement. Well, you've seen the quality of some of the stuff that AP does for TS Classic. It transforms a lot of it. It's pricey, but it is good. Would be nice if they got them in for TSW. Why do they keep both going? I think because there's such a big following. It's been going 15 years, hasn't it, TS Classic? And I don't think DTG have they released any routes recently? I know they've updated the core. I think they rely on third parties. Yeah, as Jason says there, yeah, I think it's all pretty much third parties, but there's a lot of very keen third parties that want to keep it going. I quite enjoy playing it, you know, and as you all know, I've only been playing it probably 15, 16 months. Looks like we got a UFO over there. Look at that. It's going to turn into an aircraft, but from a distance it looked like a UFO. There we go. There it goes. It'll do a little circle, come back round again. It's nice that they got flying aircraft in, and it always did as well, from when it released. And this is this a TSW2 route, this? I can't remember. I should know because I did a video on this the other week, didn't I? And I said exactly that. You want TSW and console to have an editor? Yeah, I think it's too complicated, isn't it, to actually put the editor on the console? It'd be a bit fiddly. More likely that anyone that creates things on the editor will be able to roll them out to console players, but as for creating them yourself in the editor, I doubt it very much. Dinsdale is where we're off to next. Oh, you're going to get the Hurry truck control system for Euro Truck. Wow. I think you're hardcore, the coffee guy, with all this kit you've got. The only one you've not got, Dave, is the Expert 101. That is a challenge, that one. But I think for some of us it's also because of the German language as well. Because it's a German loco. If you speak the language, it'll be much, much easier, in my opinion. Because when you get a fault on it, you can fix the fault, but it takes you twice as long by the time you've translated what it actually means first. So... Dolman Ali, how are you? He says, oh my god, I love this locomotive. Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? It's pretty good. closer an oxen on because I got distracted by a plane. No, I had the corner of my eye on the green light there and where it was. I knew as long as we stopped before the light, we were good. Super Sprinter, how are you? Have they done fixes on the 31's brakes? I don't think there's been any fixes to the 31. ETS to console? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I when I play ETS and ATS, I don't get the wheel out. You know, if you've been in regularly, you'll know I don't have much room on the desk. So when I want to use it, I've got to get the wheel out. I can't leave it out. I've got to get it out specially and leave it out for a few hours before I put it back. So yeah, I've only got a Logitech G29, but I do prefer it on the wheel, I must admit. It is a lot better. Right, we are approaching Dinsdale, and then I think it is Darlington. Indeed it is. The truck heavy haul game out tomorrow. The Aerosoft one, do you mean Animal? Yeah, I haven't got that one this time. They didn't send it me for some reason. They must have forgot. They usually do. Steady, Ratty. Right, let's let everyone get on board. They're late arriving. I've never seen as many briefcases as I have on this Tees Valley. Lock the doors. Those guys have missed it. Off to Darlington. Which is 3 miles. Yeah, I've seen a few people playing that actually over the last few days, the early release copies. It is made by the same developers as On the Road, by the way. Just to let you know. We'll have to give this a go later tonight. Yeah, it's quite nice. I do like jumping in the 31. So I think being as we are a couple of minutes away from Darlington, what time is it? 7:45. Shall we jump onto Blackpool branches and just run something quickly on there while we're here? Let's do that. That clickety clack. It's nice, isn't it? It is. You can't deny. We've got the little brake van there. Can you imagine if we can go guiding on the 101? Now that'll be excellent if they introduce that. I'll be waiting for it. Right, we should be able to cruise in, I think. You used to go to school on British rail trains like this in the 70s and 80s. Yeah, they were everywhere, weren't they? And you had to drop the window on the door to open the door from the outside. Yeah, you did. You had to lean out and get filthy. Yeah. It is sometimes funny to think that you know, a lot of these trains that we've got now in TSW, lots of people, you know, lots of players are younger players as well that haven't experienced some of these in real life. I mean, you know, some of the steam trains I haven't experienced. I mean, I'm pretty old, but I'm not that old, you know. But the BRblue stuff, definitely in the 70s and 80s. Yeah, absolutely love it. And it is weird. I think Megasim said it, didn't he? On the, if you did watch that Ambassador video that we did, I think Megasim said it, where it's kind of like, and I feel this way about Blackpool branches, it's kind of like that era has gone and the memories have kind of, you know, faded, and then suddenly it's back at you in TSW. It's a really odd feeling, especially for me on Blackpool branches, because the area, as like this on Tees Valley, the area's changed around Preston Station and Ladywell House and all that. And the fact that I knew it as a kid, and then I also worked there and around there, and it had gone, and now it's back again, it's a really odd feeling. They did a really good job on the Blackpool branches. That's why I'm really hopeful for this next one that they're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, you've never seen a 31. You must be taking the mick. Not even at one of your you go out to heritage railways and stuff, don't you? You must have seen one. Good evening, Glenn. How are you? You can still smell the real 101 when you walk through it. Yeah. We talked about that before, haven't we? The heaters, the dusty seats. Yeah, I do hope we get guide mode on the 101s. That'd be good. Imagine going up and down Northern Transpennine on a 101 doing the guide mode. The dust got heated up, didn't it, by the massive heaters under the seats. Yeah. Right, this is the Oxen home that we don't want, because there's a red right there. And that is us at Darlington. So I think we'll just flick over to Blackpool. We'll have a quick run on there before we get out of here. I think they have 331s, one of the Heritage Railways near me. They are about, yeah, you do see them. Yeah, all good, Glenn. Thank you. Yeah. So there you go. So we'll stay seaside themed. So we went from Saltburn on the 31. I think we did all right. I think we did all right with the braking. I didn't think it was that bad, to be fair. So yeah, let's switch it over. And we've got the timetable. Got Blackpool. I think we can run the 31 on Blackpool as well. So we'll keep with the 31. Let's go back. Blackpool, where are you? There we are. I mean, look at all this stock that you can use on Blackpool from the various different routes. So we're going to pick that. We can do. Why don't we do the 950 from Preston up to Blackpool North? We'll do that. 26 minutes. So we'll be able to get up to a bit more speed in the 31 on this run, I think. Good evening, KH. Hope you're doing all right. Is my chest any better? It's actually holding up. I didn't think it would, but it is. It is. Playing one of your favourite locos, you got some mega mileage off the 31s. Oh, you're watching from the hospital bed. Oh, I hope you're all right, KH. Right. Doors unlocked. And let's get it all set up once again. So, master switch. And put it into forwards. Instrument lights. Oh, it's a lovely sunny day in Preston. Look at that. Lock windows both sides, shall we? Safety systems, although there isn't much of it in this time period. And route indicators. I think we're ready to go. Which one are we in this time? 31130. So we got proper coaches this time. Look, we got the proper coaches. The 101s have all gone. Air braked. Again, just looking at these seats gives you instant memories, doesn't it? Very nice. So let's have a look at the schedule. We are going straight to Blackpool, via Kirkham, via Blackpool North down Main. So I'm going to drop the seat again because it's just too high for my liking. There we go. Won't be able to do guide mode on the iced tea. It will rain soon. Check the brakes. Air goods. So we should have air passenger, shouldn't we? Air brake passenger. Now, do I have to do anything like dump the brakes or anything? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see how it is. Just release them. They're all releasing. Okay, so it should be fine. Helps if I lock the doors first, though. And of course, we get the guide's whistle on this. Are they releasing? Or are they stuck on 20? So they're not releasing. Right. So let's change them back. So that's weird, isn't it? Let's do air brake goods, which is what it was on. See what happens now. Brakes are stuck. Is there a brake release somewhere which dumps them? Don't know. The brakes are going up, not coming down. Who was that who said fiddle with the brakes? Air brakes passenger, yeah, so we have air goods, but we're in air brakes passenger, but let's see. Is it coming down? It's coming down. It's coming down. Good man, Chris. Good man. Right, shall we try this then? Yeah, we're rolling now, look. There we go. Sorted. Good evening, Chris, by the way. Thank you for that little tip. Right, off we go from sunny Preston. Nice echo there on the bridge. You have your uses. So if you enjoy Blackpool anyway with the pacer, and you've got some of this old BRblue stuff, make sure you you give it a run on here as well, because it's pretty good. I know the 47 runs up and down here a lot. Oh yeah, the emissions, yeah. There you go. Never heard the word sunny and Preston in the same sentence. It's not that bad. It's quite often alright. That's the good thing about this game. You can transport yourself back. We got a nameplate on this, Mayflower 47558. I do like it when we got nameplates. I've got the brakes on. The brakes are on, aren't they? The brakes are definitely on. Right. I'm going to change what I said here, Chris. brakes are definitely on. We're not going to get any faster than this. Is that a bug? Because they came off, didn't they? Originally they came off, and now we're accelerating very, very, very slowly. Try the loco brakes. No, loco brakes are off. I'm overcharging the train brake. Yeah, it's not having it. Do you know what? Let's just restart while we're at the beginning. I'm going to leave the brakes on what they're on. No, the local brakes off, Chris. So yeah, I don't quite understand that. Unless the brakes are mapped wrong for the 31. I'm not sure because I don't normally change the brakes. So let's leave it as is and see how we get on. Do that. Do that. And we'll get on our way to Blackpool again. Let's just see what happens. I agree though, the brakes should be passenger. Going up a mighty 0.2 gradient. Parking brake, no, it starts with the parking brake off. If you remember, as we set off, the brakes went to 0 and then they seem to come back on again. I'm going to put it down to first application. You see it start to come down here. And we got that originally when we switched the brakes over, but then they came back up again. So we're in 31,286 now, by the way. Yeah, see, air braked. It's fine. We'll work that out another day. Yeah, the handbrake's never on. It's always released. It always starts released. Yeah. Weird. Lock the doors. Right, let's try again. Thought we were coming out of this under this bridge a little bit slow. That explains it. Don't get me wrong. We would have got to Blackpool. Would have been it would have been very slow. It would have took us an hour. I think you're right there, Animal. I think that's exactly what it was. Yeah. Get the big hammer out. There's a bug where the brakes keep coming on. Is that a real bug? I seem to remember, when you change the brakes, are you meant to dump the brakes somehow? And completely refresh the system, as it were. But I don't know. I can't remember. I'm sure there was something on Northern Transpennine. I often don't mess with the brakes though. Which is why I don't exactly recall. Anyway, we're off to Blackpool, our second seaside of the evening. The sea at Saltburn is perhaps a little bit cleaner than it is at Blackpool, but we're not paddling, so we'll be alright. Oh yeah, we would have had a hot axle, or 2, or 3. Here's that 47 coming in, look. We were so slow getting out last time, it was waiting for us. Now he's on his way in from the West Coast Main Line and he's still under power, look. Different nameplate as well. I didn't catch what that was, but Off to see the lights, yeah. Don't you have to flush the brake? Is it on the carriages? I do have a recollection of dumping the brakes when you change them, but I can't remember whether that is in the cab somewhere, or whether that is, like you said, on the actual coaches. It could be. Could be. Anyway, we'll try and work that out off stream. Have a practice at that and see what it's about. Let's hope for that West Coast Main Line date tomorrow. The release date. Good Chinese over there, by the way. On that corner. Right, let's get up to speed. Pull the string on the coaches, the video that Matt did. Yeah, I do recall it was Matt. Yeah, he did. And it was a long time ago, wasn't it? I think it was at the time of Northern Transpennine. I'll have to go and have a look for it. Power, yeah, definitely. Full power. Going via Kirkham South Junction first. It's a fair point, that Animal, actually, because some of the tutorials, there almost needs to be kind of next level tutorials, doesn't there? For things like swapping the brakes. I know that when you get into the loco, for example, generally it's ready with the brakes that it needs selected already, and you don't have to turn around and mess around with it. But with things like the formation designer, where you can potentially swap things around, you should need to change the brakes a little bit, and therefore there should be like a next level tutorial which teaches you how to do it depending on what it is you're pulling behind you. So, yes, I don't think that exists. So, unless you know about the video that Ratty talked about, that Matt did, I don't think you'll find that in the game anywhere to show you how to do that. "31 has the best clag." Pretty good. Preston did well at the weekend. They got Coventry at home next, so that's 3 points. Yeah, it was a good game actually against Burnley, because I was there, as you know. But we did get our goal ruled offside, which was criminal. So we only got a draw. But yeah, the noise is good, not as good as the Westerns. Yeah, the Westerns, yeah, also very nice to drive. At least we got a semi-decent level of tutorials now. A few years ago we had the basics, and the rest you learn on the go via a community. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I think they've put a lot of effort into refining that and getting the tutorials a bit better, especially for new players coming in. Like we were saying before, when I came into this in 2018, you only had Great Western Express, Rapid Transit, and the New York route, which doesn't really exist anymore because it was never rebuilt. We have a variation of it, but so you only had those three to concentrate on, and Sandpatch was another one. But now if you're coming in, there's potentially all these DLCs as well. You have to learn all different variations of different locos and different units, and you know the way that there's power changes for the electric trains, etc. And it's all really confusing stuff. And it must be very difficult as a new player to keep swapping between the different routes whilst also trying to watch the tutorials. So they've put more tutorials in to make it slightly easier, but yeah. Some of us have been able to, you've been able to build a knowledge up as you've gone over the years, which is obviously a little bit more manageable. There is a manual for the 31, you're quite right, Ratty, yeah, and again I've not seen that for a long time, but there is. The Blackpool 47 has the better and realistic clag. It's a pity 31210 isn't in TSW5, that's your favourite loco. Used to be stabled at Tinsley, used to do the Cleethorpes to Liverpool Lime Street. Also 31 treble 4, 31 426. Right, I need to slow down for this one. I think once we got through the go via, the red light should clear. But you just can't trust it, so this is one of the things about TSW I don't quite like. You kind of know it's going to clear, but you don't quite trust it. It can't take the instruction to move the red light until you've hit the marker. So I'm gonna slow all the way down. He says, "There you go. Told you." Right, so let's get the brakes off before we come to a complete stop. See what I mean? It kind of spoils the flow of it. A red's a red. You've got to stop for a red, but it's a game thing. Come on, brakes. Still a lot of things they don't teach you. I must admit that I think you may struggle if you don't watch the release streams where, you know, people like Matt are doing the driving. You can always go back and watch them, but in some ways they're better tutorials than the ones you get in the game because you can see them playing them. If I'm streaming something, I definitely have to. I've always watched all the release streams, because that's where I learned to do it. You know, I'm an ambassador, but I don't get any special, you know, private tuition or anything, or a private preview of what's coming up. I generally, as you know, will see it a couple of days before you guys, but quite often on the preview stream, I'm watching it when you are. So I have to watch the preview streams, or else, you know, I wouldn't know what the heck's going on half the time. I still don't sometimes, as you know, but. So you've definitely got to treat it like a hobby as well, and not only play it but also watch some of it too, if you want to get the most out of it. The first was CSX Heavy Haul, which is Sandpatch. Yeah, it was on PC, so it was a standalone route on PC. Then when it came to console at the end of that July, it was Sandpatch Grade, and it came with Great Western Express and Rapid Transit and the New York route, the Amtrak route. He thought I was going to spad then, yeah. That red light is like route learning. You know what's going to happen, but you don't quite trust it. If you're really fast, if you don't slow down and you go through that go via, sometimes there isn't time for the light to change. You've got to go over the marker, then it updates it triggers the change of the signal. But if you do it really quick, you can actually still go through the red light. So you do have to be a little bit careful. Good evening, Transport Gamer. How you doing? There's the route off to Blackpool South, going off to the left. Once again, do appreciate everybody coming in. Going to try and do the lives every Monday if possible. I only didn't do one last week because my chest was so bad, but we'll try and do one every Monday if we can. And then in between times we'll fill in with a few videos. Hello Si, how you doing? Should make it more realistic where if you spad, you have to follow the correct procedure. Yeah. I wonder how they would implement that. By correct procedure, you also mean you have to go and get your tea and biscuits as well. Right, we can give it the beans again, all the way up to 70. Bit of coaches bobbing up and down as well. That'll be an expert mode thing. Yeah, I wonder what. I wonder if the expert mode locos are going to continue. I'd love to see. I'd love to see a UK British expert loco. Wonder which one they would do. You almost feel like it has to be something like a Javelin or the Azuma or something like that. Because there's more things you could potentially simulate gone wrong, I suppose, on one of those. Something with lots of electrics on it. Lots of circuitry. Should get your first glimpse of Blackpool Tower now, about now, if I can get up, out of the way. I'll find it. It's over there, near where the buildings are. There it is. Right there in the centre. That's always the first point you can see the tower, and that, it's like that in real life as well. At least with the new 47, we should get some blue-grey Mark 1s. Is that what they said? Oh, they did say something, didn't they? Yeah. Yeah. I was on the forum before, there was a mention of that. West Coast Main Line South is performing better for you recently. Not sure if it's the latest patch. There's a patch this week, isn't there, as well, which is going to also... hopefully improve things as well. I don't think that's come out yet though, has it? They just said sometime this week. They'll do it tomorrow to try and cheer everyone up before the roadmap, I bet. Chris, don't mention class 50s when Animal is in the room. you'll set him off. That is true, Ratty. Yes, that is true. Maybe then, as far as expert mode goes, maybe this should be some kind of like route learning kind of scenarios where you could choose to go down that route or not. You could just jump in and play, or you could, you know, similar to like a Microsoft Flight Simulator where you could get your pilot's license. Maybe you can sort of qualify for a certain route by route learning, etc., knowing the speeds and learning a type, you know, getting passed out on a type of loco. I don't know, something like that could be in expert mode, perhaps. There's all sorts they could do, isn't there? Right, we've got a 50 coming up. I think this is the big post-release patch, yes. It'll be the next couple of days, I would guess, just based on when they've released patches before. They're not usually Tuesdays, I think they're usually Tuesdays. Right, I'm going a little bit fast. Yeah, thanks for mentioning that, Ratty. Yeah, good ratio of likes to viewers. Yeah, thank you very much, everybody. Do appreciate every single one of you coming in, every one of you watching it, every one of you liking it. Makes a massive difference. So, thank you very much. Evening, Joe. How you doing? Oh, wow, we're really going to derail around here if I'm not careful. That's Polton Junction there. I should know better. Yeah, Animal is in the one-man campaign to get a Class 50 into TSW as quickly as possible. Not one of these streams goes by where he doesn't mention a Class 50 in some way, shape or form. But KH wants the 50 and the 55 and the 56. The Deltic, actually the Deltic. Let's have the Deltic. Let's not beat around the bush there. I think the Deltic, like we talked about the APT earlier on, I think the Deltic would sell very well. I think it really would. Imagine what the Deltic would look and sound like in TSW. It would have some fur grunt, wouldn't it? Driving like a stall at you, straight through Polton. No messing about. Right, we've got Leighton Station ahead, and then we are starting to slow down for Blackpool. Oh, there's no speed cameras. Yeah. That's because I was looking at Ratty's comment and waffling on about it, and then I forgot Polton was right in front of me. No, I did see that. I did see the Hoover reference, Animal, right at the start. I did. That was about line 4, at least line 4 or 5 of the chat. It was right at the beginning. I did see that. I didn't want to set you off though, because I knew we would never hear the last of it. If I mentioned a 50, I can mention a 50 now because we're near the end of the stream, so it's fine. Imagine in a better world where the ECW gets extended to Ore. Laserjet's down for the Deltic. Chris wants the Deltic. Everyone will take the Deltic. The diesel that other diesel's called Sir. You could be right there. Thundering through. Lodge logo 47 on the other side. Celtic and the Riviera route. Yeah, see, route-wise, Riviera, that'd be a good one, wouldn't it? Where's your 50 placards? I can just imagine that as well. That's the strange thing. Great Western Extension, Great Western Express Extension. Yeah, I wonder if they would ever do that. Probably have to be a separate route, wouldn't it? Rather than an extension. Right, we do have a 15 coming up. Here's another one of those go vias which will hopefully trigger the signal. Let's see. Oh, what about a livery pack? If you brought out the Deltic, could you bring out a livery pack then, you see? Would people buy a livery pack? Hope Valley's good in TS Classic, isn't it? Yeah, that's a good route. Yeah. Taking all your blood, KH. You'll dry up. Right, we've got to go via the signal should hopefully clear for us. As it usually does. There we go. Just lined up nicely for the 15. Straight into platform 2. Two-tone green livery for the Deltic, says KH. Look at that, you almost want to get out and have a walk around Blackpool. You'd want to get back again pretty quick, but it makes you want to go and have a look around Blackpool. The faithful 08 is over there just waiting to do a bit of shunting. Pacers in on the other platforms. Can't wait to run the pacer between Lancaster and Morecambe, by the way, on the West Coast Main Line over Sharp. Nice little run, that nice short run, but very important run in real life. It's a pity we can't run any freight to Heysham as well. You can actually do that in TS Classic. Get the doors open one last time. Have a look at what is now Sainsbury's. This is a big Sainsbury's, this. It's not the same building. I think they've obviously flattened it. All this is the same. This subway, this little subway, all this is the same. You still walk down here to get to the station, and then the main entrance is under here. That's the main entrance to the station there. That's all still the same. So not a lot has changed with the building, but the surrounding area, all this is all changed. All this completely different. Progress. And also regeneration. An important run because it gets you out of Preston. Right, let's lock the doors. There we go. So that is it. Once again, thanks everybody for coming in. It's been a pleasure as always. We did a bit of Tees Valley with a 31. Then we did a bit of Blackpool. So we've had a couple of good runs. Not too much trouble with the brakes, apart from if you try to swap them over at Preston. I wouldn't try that unless we can dig that manual out and just have a look what's going on with that. But yeah, it's been a good stream. So thank you very much everybody for coming in. Do appreciate all the chat, interaction, all the likes. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Cheers, guys.